down there, did you, at the Village Creek?
At Village Creek, let's see, it was on this side, I believe, of the railroad trestle. I don't remember whether the hole was on the other side, or it was on the other side.
This one that we were, where the pipeline crosses, is on the other side of the railroad. Now, there's a great big bend and a sandbar between Highway 69 and the railroad. But this swimming hole is where the pipeline crosses. And it had 2 diving boards up on the cliff, and there was a cable with a sort of a pulley arrangement that you could roll down on the cable and drop in. And it looked like the fishing would be pretty good around in there.
It used to be real good fishing all along in old Village Creek. And out there where it's close to Wildwood, boy, that used to be some real good fishing holes. This side.
We used to wade Village Creek and fly fish ahead of you, up and go up a little bit up Village and come back and go up Kimball Creek. And by the time, after we got off from work on Friday afternoon, and before dark, we'd have a mess of fish and come back to camp fishing and cooking for supper.
And where were you camping?
Just above the railroad bridge there. Just above the railroad bridge.
Oh.
Right there on the bank of the creek.
And down here to the left of the bridge, they used to be, they called it a white perch hole. A white perch hole, and Chicky Kincaid from Warren used to come down and sit for hours fishing, and she'd come out there with a big pile of fish. I never did fish there, but we always fished back this way and camp down, squirrel hunt, pitch our tent.
Well, do you know where Mr. Christian's camp was actually located?
Miss who?
Christian, George Christian.
It was right down there, I think, between the, was it on the other side of the railroad track? Or
Yes.
Well, it was just, I don't know exactly the spot.
It was near that
He just had
pipeline.
a little trailer house down
Yeah.
there.
He had said that he had had to abandon the whole thing. He had the camp and the well and so forth, but the vandals had just torn everything up and he just abandoned it. Even tore the bridge out, stole the timbers of the bridge.
I never did go down there to eat with his camp. I haven't been down there in years.
Well, it's just beautiful. Evidently there are a few cows in there because the grass looks like it's been mowed.
Well, a pasture back in there.
Oh, did you see this little Sharon Gossett on TV last week?
No, I didn't. I missed that.
Oh, it's good.
Was it for the homecoming?
No, it was the ghost stories on
Oh,
Channel
sorry,
5.
I missed that.
At 5 o'clock, live at 5.
Yes.
And it showed the ghost lights, you know, bumping up against the car. I don't know how in the world they got that picture photograph. But it was really cute.
I wish I had seen that.
I just happened to turn it on about most of the time. I don't listen to live at 5.
We don't usually turn it on that
I
quite
like
early.
live at 5. I usually try to get live at 5, and then from 5 to 6:30, I watch the news.
Well,
6:30, I turn it off, but I don't care about PM.
We
I
don't.
don't care anything about that
I
anymore.
used to like it a little bit, but it seemed like it's about run out.
Well, when football, baseball are over, we can put our television back in the set. And
They know these things way off. I don't care anything about that.
But just like last night, I listened a little bit of it, and it was going to talk about somebody in Colorado raising quarter horses. And they showed one picture of a quarter horse. I thought they was going to show some pretty horses.
Well, I saw this David Cargill on that last night, you know, but
history of the churches here.
It used to be Woodland Hall up at Village Mills, a sawmill. And my mother and daddy was chartered members of that church. Well, then we moved away from here, you know, and I joined the church at Call, and I came back here when I lost my first cousin. Well, everything was down here then, you know, the old mill.
They had moved Village Mills down to Long Station at that time?
Well, no, just after that. The mill was still running when I came back. And then a few years later, the mill cut out. And then we all went back to that old church house, Methodist and Baptist. Methodist had it 2 Sundays out of the month, and the Baptist had it 2 Sundays out of the month. And you couldn't tell which was a Methodist or which was a Baptist, because Well, it's pretty good settlement here at that time, you know, then. And we'd all go to each other's church, you know. When we didn't have one, well, we went to the Methodist. When the Methodists didn't have one, they come to our church. And that went on till the Methodists organized and got them a church built down here across where I live now, you know, on that side. Well, then the Baptists got busy, and we got the old building up there and tore it down and moved it here. It was over there by the railroad track, you know, everything was over there, then the road had, it changed over here. And we built that old church. Well, my daddy and my mother and me were charter members of that again.
Do you have any idea what year that was?
No, offhand, this
Was it before World War II?
is. It was long about,
29 to 30.
well, let's see, we bought the Evans estate out in 40, where my store and house and all that is now. And the little church was built after then, moved down here. It must have been about maybe 43 or 44 when they moved it down here. So we all hustled and squirmed and got offerings and donations and this and that and built it over there, taken that old building, you know, and built it down here.
Well, in relation to where you live now, where was that?
Well, you know, I live,
Yeah.
and this road comes on this side of it, across
Yeah.
the railroad track.
Yes.
And I got a little red house right there by the railroad track, and the church was over on this side of the railroad track,
Okay.
right there behind where I live now.
Mm-hmm. And that was the Baptist church.
Uh-huh.
Where was the Methodist church?
Right on down a little further.
Okay. Do you know when they built?
Well, I just can't. They must have built there. They built there maybe about 37 or 38, I wouldn't be sure, but it's long now because they built before we got ours built. And then we got to buy this property, or leased it then, it was leased. And we tore that church down and built the one we got here now and you know, bought materials and finished building.
Do you know about
And that
when
must
that
have
was?
been, let's see, yes, because my daddy died in 59, and his funeral was the first funeral preached in this church. You know, he was charter member up there when it started, and then of course we got organized again, April moved it down here, and he's charter member there, and then when we moved over here, he was the first funeral in the church.
Can you give me any kind of a date? You say he was a charter member in the old church down in the Woodman Hall. Do you have any idea when that would be?
No, I just sure don't. That was long before the old mill cut out or anything, I know.
And the mill cut out what, in 40?
No, 29 or 30.
30, long about,
Well, it closed and opened again, didn't it?
no,
No.
when they shut the old mill down, they shut it down again, and sell all the stuff out.
Well, I've heard conflicting times about that. I had heard once it
Clint
was
Rigsby was there.
just before World War II, which would make it in about 40. Do you think it was earlier than that?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was before the Depression, or during the Depression.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was during the Depression, long must have been about
29 or 30, 31, right
30,
in.
31 or 30.
Oh, I didn't realize it
So
was
my
that
daughter
old.
graduated in 35, and we had transferred to Kuntz, you know, then our school was still here at Village Mills. We had a little grade school up to 9th grade here at Village, and where the Methodist church is. So we had to transfer her to Kuntz and carry her in and out. And Kuntz wouldn't even let their bus. We tried to pay them extra, you know, to come on across the creek and pick us up.
Uh-huh.
We was living, we're running there close to where we're at now, but we had the cafe on that other street. But they wouldn't even let the bus come down there and pick them up, but for extra pay or anything, we had to haul them to Coots.
Fowler, did you know Clint Rigsby?
Well, that name rings a
He
bell.
was the manager of the mill there.
Clinton
He was
who?
out there, don't have Clint Rigsby,
Rigsby.
one of my second cousins.
Well, I'm sure that name rings a bell, but that's been a long time ago.
Clint Ship Rigsby. What was the man's name that the nigger killed him when he walked? Matt Oakley. You remember the Oakleys? Matt walked up. They were just trying to arrest a nigger, and the nigger told him, "Don't come in." Matt says, "I'll go get him." And he opened the front gate. The gate had a chain on it with a weight on it, you know, and he opened that gate and started in, and the nigger shot him. The front door was killed at the gate. Matt and Nat Oakley, two millwrights. I knew both of them well. I served my apprenticeship as a millwright helper under them on building mills when I was a boy.
Did you ever live at Village?
They went all over the country building mills on construction jobs. And I was on them too.
I was just trying to think the other day about, I believe you mentioned it being the 100th year here. I just can't agree with that.
Well, okay, I'd like to,
W.T. Block says,
Who?
W.T. Block, you know, this Jefferson County historian.
and I've never been able to contact him to check his notes, find out what his source of information was. But I did talk with someone last week who told me that their parents had lived here long before that.
Well, my mother was born at Old Heights, that's just on up the road from Village Mill. She was born at Old Heights. And offhand, I can't think what year she was born in, but she died at 76 in 57. And that would have made her over 100 now, wouldn't it? And the old sawmill then come into Village Mills, and Grandpa moved to Village Mills. But I just can't, I know it's got to be over.
Well, what we were going on there was the establishment of the mill.
They mean the town.
Yeah,
was established as Village Mills. Now,
When the sawmill opened.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, but see, Grandpa moved on down here to Village Mills then. Mama would be well over 100 years old if
But
she
they
had
had
lived.
no post office, I mean, there was.
That's what I was thinking, it could have been when the post office was put up, but they had a Kirby post office there, but I think it was in the office at first, the old office
Sure it
building.
was, because that's the way.
That's where they always had them.
That's right.
And I think that 100th year must have come in something pertaining to the post office. But my daddy was born at Woodville, and my mother was born at Village Mills, and then he followed Kirby Mills.
What was your maiden name?
Kirkland.
Kirk.
Benny.
Kirkland friend, just moved back up here, between, here in Woodville now. Moved back up here, he used to work with me at Gulf Refinery.
What's his name?
I can't think of another same my name.
That wasn't County Judge Kirkland, was it?
No,
No, I don't think we was related to that set of Kirklands. I don't remember. But Papa did have a bunch of relatives still at Woodville, but his brother, only had a brother and two sisters, and when they got grown, they moved to West Texas, out close to.
this Kirkland boy moved up here. Oh, what's the name of the development on the left-hand side?
Ivanhoe?
Wasn't it, but it's back this side Ivanhoe on the right-hand
Dogwood?
side.
Oh, no, the right.
Right on the highway there. I understood somewhere or another that was his old home place, the old land where he built his house there.
Lake Hyatt?
No, it's on the highway, it's on the road.
Deerwood or somewhere.
Right on the highway there.
And there's
I can't think of
Dogwood.
Cousin Jasper Kirkland, I heard Papa, well, I knew him too, and all his kids, some of them worked down in there, but I can't think of their names right now.
Tyler Kirkland, was it Tyler? It was Tyler Kirkland that lives at Needle, and that was from this area. I mean, up there somewhere in.
I All the older ones that I knew are dead.
Just a very simple name, John Kirk.
You had to work real hard on that one, didn't you?
I finally put a little boy's name, John
It
Kirk.
might be someone.
And he's retired and moved back up here. Don Weldon went to visit him here a while back and told me he was up there. I haven't been to see him yet. I don't know
Well,
if that's
probably